Hey guys, so today's video we're going to talk about pip value. So as you've seen, we've covered before the concept about pips. So now we're going to talk about pip value and see how each pip value brings money to the table. So starting off, I'm pretty sure by now you're wondering, how do we make money off counting pips as we've just covered? Well, I had earlier stated under the terminologies topic on the concept of lots that here is where you'll deeply understand the concept of pip value as well as lots and lot sizes. Understanding this will help you know how the amount of money you will make or lose if the market moves a certain number of pips in your favor or against you. As the name pip value suggests, every pip movement the market moves either up or down has a certain amount of value depending on the lot size you execute in any given trade, okay? Therefore, we will have to go back to the lot size topic for further clarification. So what we had earlier talked about in the terminologies, we have to go back to that so that you can understand. So if you remember, lot values are broken down into the standard lot, which is $10 per pip. There's a mini, which is the $1 per pip, and there's micro, which is $0.1 per pip. Okay. So now, each lot value requires a certain lot size, also known as position size. Okay. So position size and lot size is one and the same thing, to be executed and are broken down into. So for every standard lot, every $10 per pip you take, in the platform you use to execute, you take a one lot, a size of one lot. We'll get into this later on. A mini, you execute 0.1 lot, and micro, you execute 0.01 lot. So I'm sure most of you who have already tried to trade before or know a bit about trading, you know about lot sizes. Whenever you want to take any trade, you go and put either one lot, 0.1, 0.01, or it can be 2, 3, 4, 0.54, whatever number you can. But 0.01 is the lowest, okay? So if you execute a standard lot, for example, which is represented by a one lot. So if you go to your MetaTrader platform and take a one lot trade on your trading platform, every pip the market moves either up or down, you either make or lose $10. So if you go back to this slide, every one lot you take, each pip movement costs $10 per pip. Okay, so get that from the word go. So for example, if Euro USD moves up 10 pips, okay, and you bought it with a one lot position, then you will have made $100 because market has moved up 10 pips. Conversely, if it moved against you by 10 pips, you will have lost $100. So for you to calculate that, so let's say this is example, the 1.154 market moves up 10 pips and you had bought at that level. Market moves up to the 1.1555 level, okay? And you took a one lot position. Remember, for each one lot, it's $10 per pip, and the market has moved up 10 pips. So 10 times 10, you make your $100 profit. So it's that simple. That's how you calculate it. And conversely, if it goes against you, market is at 1.1555 and it goes down 10 pips. Same thing, $10. $10 per pip times 10, you get the amount of loss you can accrue in your account. So I'm sure that is loud and clear. So if let's say you take a higher lot size, okay, as compared to the others of 3 lots, the same calculation applies if the market moves the same number of pips. So you can see this 1.1545 market moves up 10 pips, okay, to 1.1555, okay. So basically you take that 3 lot, which is 3 times $10 per pip times the 10 pips that the market has moved, and you get your total profit of $300. Okay, so as simple as that, nothing complicated. Note, depending on the lot size you take, if the market moves in your favor, you'll make money with respect to the number of pips it has moved. Okay, in the previous examples, you profit either $100 or $300, but pay attention. If the market moves against you the same number of pips, just as you are taking, and you're taking the same lot size, you will lose either $100 on the first example or $300. Okay, so it all depends on which side the market moves. Regardless, it doesn't mean if it moves lower you'll lose less, or if it moves higher you'll lose less. No, the same amount of value per pip is going to be the same. Okay, that's always going to be the same whether the market moves up or it moves down. Now let's take a lesser lot size of 0.1, okay, and the market moves up 30 pips, okay. So let's take a lesser lot size of 0.1 and the market moves up 30 pips. The same calculation will also apply in respect to the pip value. Same thing. So 1.1545 moves up to 1.1575, so about 30 pips. So you take the same $1 per pip, okay, times 0.1 lot, okay, times 30. Remember, this lot has now made the value per pip to change, like what we've just covered. So it all depends on the lot size you take. The pips can remain constant, but the lot size is what will determine what is your value per pip, okay. So basically, if it does that, you're going to make a profit of basically $30. But pay attention to the calculation when we take a different lot size of 0.4 and the market moves up 30 pips. So like I just said, same thing, same example, 45 to 75, 30 pips. I take a 0.4 lot, which is basically 4, okay, times 1 times 30. So we've taken this 4 times 1 times 30, which will basically give you $120 profit. So remember, unlike the higher examples we've taken, once you get to a lot size greater than 1, its value per pip is $10, but once it's lesser than 1, its value per pip is $1. But we take the same lot size, so that's what I wanted you to know, the difference of this 0.4 as compared to the previous one of 0.1, which we just covered. So that's a beautiful example, and you can make that amount of money. If we take the smallest lot size, so now we've gone a step lower, okay, of 0.01, which is the smallest lot size you can ever take in the Forex market, and the market moves up 50 pips in your favor, the same calculation will also apply in respect to your pip value. So from 45 to 95, which is basically 50 pips higher, okay. So we take that 0.01. Note that this value per pip has changed because of the different lot size. It's gone a step lower. So 0.1 times 50 pips, you basically make $5. So make sure you note that. And if you take a lot size of 0.5 and the market moves the same amount of pips, this is what you're going to get, 0.05, which is basically 5 times 0.1 times 50, which is basically $25 profit. And I'm pretty sure you get the gist of it. Conclusion: always remember that the same applies if the market moves against you. This is why the amount of lot size you will take will depend on the following, okay. So the first thing, it will depend on your account balance. If you have an account balance of $100, you cannot take a lot size of 1 or 0.1. You need to take something that is less so that you don't lose all your money. So what I was covering earlier, risk management, will teach you that later on. Risk reward per trade is also very important when you're taking such, because the risk that you're taking, the amount of pips will determine the amount of lot size. So that, depending on the amount of risk, the pips you're taking, you're risking, will determine what lot size is most favorable for that trade, okay. More on this later on. The number of pips to your stop loss, like what I was just saying, it will also determine how big of a lot size should you take. If the stop loss is really big, you'll take a smaller lot size with respect to your account balance. And if the stop loss is quite small, you can gradually increase the stop loss. Same with you can gradually increase your lot size with the respect of the account balance. This will be heavily covered under the risk management section. So that's what I have for you on this section. I hope you've enjoyed, and let's move on to the next topic. Hello traders, you have just completed the basics of Forex trading. To advance your trading career, you need to learn advanced technical analysis, risk management, and the psychology of trading. So buy our legendary advanced course and develop these trading skills. As a legendary student, you will get one-on-one access to our mentors, a copy of our course book, over 30 hours of trading content, and you'll get funding of $1,200 to kickstart your trading career. So click the links below to begin.